Africa. I am Y311H, and you, my friend, are a fearfully and wonderfully made child of God. Welcome on today's episode. This one, my friend, is a reaction video. We shall be getting to read from the book of wisdom. We shall also be talking with the creator, our maker. And that is before we start reacting to some good vibes videos, my friend. Now that I have put you up to speed with basically everything we shall be doing, let me start with what has come first, reading from the book of wisdom. Today, the book tells us this: do not let this book of the law, this one, depart from your mouth. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Interesting. Next thing, my friend, is our message. Here we have a message that we are dedicated to spreading to the whole world. The message of unity, honesty, forgiveness, my friends, peace, and repentance, and above all, good vibe soul, love, loving your neighbor the way you love yourself. Now that is our message, my friend, which we spread by reacting to good vibes videos. We shall be going through them together, but being guided by our maker and creator, whom we shall acknowledge with the word of thanks. So let's do so together, my friend, and may he impact you with your goodness, with his goodness. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we come before you this day. Thank you for this adorable child of yours that you have directed to our family today, Father. Today's viewer, all glory and love belong unto you. Thank you for their lives, Father. Thank you for the videos that we have today, dear Lord, and those that we shall be reacting together with your child, Father. May you fill us with your spirit till the end, Father. Transform our minds, Father, and this viewer, dear Lord, uplift them. Be with them, Father. May they see your goodness from wherever they are watching from. Forgive them all their sins too, Father, and do great things for them. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's live in good vibes, souls.
Tell them what you just told me. No. No, that's not what you said. You said something else. You know what you said. Go on. You can tell them. That's not what you said, Ham. You said something else. And also wasn't very nice. And people need to see this side of you. It was not giving kisses. It was incredibly offensive. And you said it with your full chest.
If you talk to Jesus just like by yourself, just like alone, I'm not joking, like he will start talking through you. I was cleaning my house, like I just like when I'm cleaning or I'm doing literally anything, I just walk around talking to Jesus like a crazy person, just out loud, having like full-blown conversations with myself, with him. And I was just talking out loud. I was like, gosh, Lord, I just feel like I'm struggling, like I'm having all this brain fog, and I just feel like so lost, and I just feel like things were going good for a while, and I was like, whatever. And then I started thinking, it's because I'm not talking to you, like I haven't been reading my Bible, blah, blah, blah. And I just kept going back and forth. I was just talking out loud to him about this, whatever. And and then out of nowhere, the attitude that came out of my body, and I went, yeah, of course nothing's going right. You're not doing anything that I tell you to do. And I full stopped. Like, I was doing the dishes. I literally stopped, and I was like, heard. Like, okay, vibe check. Apologies. Message received.
I think I may have
annoyed some people by calling eyes, ears, and mouths private parts, but let me explain why we do this as body safety educators. For the mouth, inappropriate kissing or oral sexual abuse involves the mouth and should be told to trusted adults right away. For the eyes and ears, they're not private parts in the same way that we view the downstairs parts, but they are private, or maybe it's easier to think of them as personal parts. Imagine an adult, unprovoked, just touching a child's eyelashes or rubbing their ears or putting their earlobe in their mouth. This is inappropriate boundary pushing that can precede sexual abuse that adults need to know about. When kids are really little, it's easier to just have a blanket statement and say that nobody should touch any of their private parts, including their eyes, ears, and mouth. And no one should touch or look at the downstairs private parts. As they get older, you can further describe the difference between personal and private parts. Even talk about how being shown something inappropriate or being told something inappropriate is also something to tell a trusted adult about. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody, and I'm really sorry if there was any confusion.
You are going to get this question wrong unless you stop and think about it for a minute, and even then. In a room of 100 people, 99% are left-handed. How many left-handed people have to leave the room to bring that percentage down to 98%? And a whole bunch of you immediately had an answer, and your answer was wrong. I think this is the perfect brain teaser for short-form video because so many people answered and then immediately scrolled away and will never know that they didn't think it through. Obviously, if the answer was 1, that if one person leaves, you go from 99 to 98, that would not be a brain teaser. That would be like kindergarten level math. But there is no trick here. They've not done something dishonest with the wording. If you're still struggling to understand why the answer is not 1, try picturing it in your head if you're one of the people that can do that. 100 people, 99 are left-handed. You're trying to get it down to 98% are left-handed. How many have to leave the room? Please note, we are not saying that anyone will replace them when they leave. I am very confident that the real answer will be in the top comment.
Do you actually know how to use the clasps on your bras? Like, do you know which row you should be aiming for when the bra is brand new? And how to use the other clasps? Well, stick around and I'll explain all. When I'm fitting women in my changing rooms, I often see them being really confused about which clasp to use on their bra when their bra is brand new. I see many of them saying, like, oh, I think this bra is a little bit too small for me because I'm already on the loosest clasp. Thinking that this means that the bra is too tight or too small for them and they need to go up a size. But this is wrong. Well, this is actually where you want to be when you first buy a bra. You actually need to aim for the bra to feel nice and snug, not tight, while on the loosest clasp on your bra. That way, as the bra gets older and stretches a little bit, inevitably as all bras do, you then have 2 rows of clasps to tighten the bra as the bra gets older, making the bra last as long as possible. However, I hear you, there'll be a lot of you out there who are between sizes and can never find a comfortable bra to fit on the loosest clasp. So this is where the exception is. If you find that you're between sizes, you can start on the middle row of clasps. And that way you still have 1 row of clasps to tighten as the bra gets older, which is totally fine. However, if you're trying on a bra in the changing room and find with a brand new bra you're already on the tightest row of clasps, you want to size down an underband size. And I know, again, so many of you will be worried that, oh, if I go down a band size, it's going to feel too tight, it's probably going to be uncomfortable. Try it first, it could probably surprise you. Is this what you've been doing?
Here's how you know somebody has envy. And this is a simple law that states the most dangerous enemy doesn't attack you, it protects you. And what that means is, well, you know when someone tells you to slow down, to take it easy, to stop trying so hard? It always sounds like support, right? Like they're trying to protect you. But really, they're trying to protect themselves because they can't stand to see you grow past them. Now compare that to someone who competes with you, someone who's always trying to do better, not to bring you down, but to push themselves forward. One respects you, the other tries to hold you back. And so if you want to know if somebody has envy, don't look at who's competing with you. Look at who's trying to keep you comfortable.
All right, we got a bet with Mom. Mom bet me that she doesn't have 100 pairs of shoes. And she's gone for the week. Brock and I have done some excavating of her closet. And here are the results.
You got 1, 2, 3.
English people, all good vibe source of earth. We have all seen that video. Myself, I still can't fathom that is true. You see? Having survived with 1 pair of shoes for quite some time. You see, there was a time in primary school, shoe wasn't even a necessity. You see? Now I'm surprised some good vibes have more than 100. How do they put? My friend, is that possible? Do you think that is real? Ah, is the yes, good people of earth, let's always be honest with one another. You see, you watching, my friend, how many pairs of shoes do you have? You see, please tell us down below, and how many can you survive with? Myself with one multi-purpose, it can go everywhere, anywhere, as long as it covers the legs. Good vibes, you see. Anyway, good vibes. So lots of videos have passed, interesting ones of them, which I'd like to know your comments and thoughts about them below here. Make the comment section active. Even you guys who have been always watching, never leaving comments, it's high time you say something. Even high, you see? Let's keep watching the videos and spread good vibes to the world.
You see,
Much
what
love.
about the angel?
Oh, he come to this house here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, who are you? He said, I'm an angel from heaven. So God sent me down. He said, I'm not the only person God sent down. They sent down over 100 angels to watch over people like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, how he know me? He said, God knows you by name. And he sent me down to your address. I said, well, how he know my address?
Don't tell me your address, but when you say he don't come through the door, how do he come in?
In the light.
In the light?
Yeah. But from that night on, that day on, he tried to talk stuff to me.
When he sit on your thing and had as a light to you, you say he'll touch you and it feels like what now?
He'll do what?
You said when he touches you, it feels like what? It feels cold?
No, like this.
And you said you think it's what? Medicine?
Yeah, cold drops of water. I say it's water, but it's like some drops of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Drops on my leg, this leg here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I be praying for the whole body, but it drops it down long in here.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 drops, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And I never see it and I never feel nothing, because when I feel it, I feel like it's water.
Mm-hmm. And what
and
do you believe it is?
I believe it's medicine from God.
Okay.
Because I told Helen about it.
My Lord.
And Helen said, Mama, said, that's what it is. That's medicine, but you think it's water. That's what I said, because it'll be cold.
Right.
When you drop it on me.
Praise God.
You know, that stuff.
So what do we need to do, Grandma? We need to continue to do what?
Huh?
What do we need to continue to do? Trust God? We need to continue to trust God?
I ain't never stopped.
Amen.
And I ask God, tell God what I want. And all this stuff. I ain't never stopped trusting God since I got religion.
Take your thumb and firmly apply it against the bridge of your cat's nose. And I am telling you, it's like they're feeling something that they've never felt before. But you don't want to stop too early until you finally see them take a big, and that's when you know you're done.
Liars often touch their mouth and their eyes. They also touch their nose. In the lie detection community, research has found that liars are literally trying to hold things in. So liars will often cover their mouth because instinctively they're trying to don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. You might even see if you watch Bill Clinton's testimony during the Monica Lewinsky trial, which I've coded in depth, he literally does a shush gesture to himself as he's waiting for his question that he's about to lie on. Literally he's holding a shush gesture up. So we tend to mouth block as shh, it's going to get me in trouble. Do not say it. Liars will often, they feel that tingling in their nose. So they touch their nose. So we instinctively know this. And the last big one is eye blocking. When we don't want to see something I'm embarrassed, I don't like it, we will try to cover our eyes, close our eyes because we are ashamed of it. So shame or guilt, they're very close, they're not the same thing. We'll often cover our eyes.
I know some of y'all think that I'm stupid because of the way that I talk and my accent, but that's not true. I'm actually dumb.
Here's how you know somebody is happily married. And I think this is also true for relationships, by the way, but for marriage especially. And it goes back to a simple rule from the French author Michel de Montaigne, in which he writes, if such a thing as a happy marriage exists, then it is because it more closely resembles friendship than it does love. And what he meant is that love is a good starting point. But if you want to be together for a long time, you have to become best friends. In fact, you could have been best friends to begin with and then fallen in love. And Dr. Seuss has a great line about this where he says that the world is weird. Everyone is weird. And yet, when two people whose weirdness is mutually compatible join forces and fall into mutual weirdness together, they call it love. And that's what a happy marriage is. It's the highest form of friendship. It's finding someone who feels like your best buddy, like the person you want to have around you all the time, the person you can't live without. That's what makes a happy marriage, being best friends. For more quotes, see my Substack.
Hacks for a better smelling bathroom. Shaving cream to get rid of that urine smell. Odoban in your toilet brush holder. A foaming drain cleaner in your sink. And baking soda and vinegar for your shower drain. A dryer sheet will keep your garbage smelling nice.
Today I learned that every year in Frankfurt there is a very large professional conference for people who organize conferences and events. It's called IMEX, I-M-E-X 2025, the Meeting and Event Professional, exhibition. And it's the place where all of the people who plan the conferences go to have a conference together. And it makes sense that they'd have one, right? As soon as I heard that it existed, I was like, yeah, of course they would have a conference. It's probably pretty good. It's probably the best conference, right? You would have to expect that the conference that they throw for themselves would probably be, that might be a really good time, actually.
This is a McDonald's in 2025. This is the same McDonald's in 2009. Talk about attention to detail. This looks like a safari outside of that building. Check out this McDonald's in 2025. Now look at the exact same McDonald's in 2009. Not as detailed as the safari, but look at what's going on here. Once again, attention to detail. Look at how these logos look in 2025. Look at how they used to look like in the 2000s. They're really taking the color away from life. They're taking the enthusiasm away from life, the flavor, the spark. Now all of these establishments down to the logo be looking like a gray factory. And the thing about it is it's all by design. It's all by design. It would be one thing if the aesthetics was taken away from the overhead that you would make as a profit every month. But that's not the case because McDonald's, Wendy's, etc., they're making money and a lot of money every year. So why take away the personality, the flavor of the building itself? Why take away all those colors and all of that? Because I'm assuming that the agenda is to make everything monotone. Everything with no spark, with less flavor. Like the creativity level in this era right now is at an all-time low. I've never seen nothing like this before. All the way down to the logos. Like everything is just depressing with it. We need a renaissance and we need it fast.
What's the easy way to save on gas mileage?
Just drive your car normally. Do the speed limit. No need to go getting into pushing the gas pedal to the floorboard, passing everybody. Just drive it normal. You'll save gas, or the best way to save gas is just stay out of the car.
Okay, we are at a step well. Oh my God, look how cool that is. Oh wow. That's amazing. From the 9th century, I think he said. Oh my God. Wow, look at it.
So this archaeologist found a 1,000,000-year-old face. She found the cheek and upper jawbone of an ancient early human dated to be between 1.1 and 1.4 million years old. That makes it the oldest human fossil ever found in Western Europe. The research team tried to match these bones to other ancient fossils found in the area, like the jawbone of Homo antecessor found in 2008, which dated to 1.1 million years old. But the fossilized bones didn't match any known species in the region. Actually, the closest match was to Homo erectus. What makes this discovery even more fascinating is that the team found stone tools and small animal bone fragments near the fossils, indicating that this ancient human species was likely skilled in hunting and definitely was practicing butchery inside this cave. They also found pollen in this cave, which they analyzed. From that, the team learned that these early humans lived during a time when Earth was a humid forest landscape. But probably the most mind-blowing part is that these fossils provide evidence that within a few 100,000 years after hominins left Africa 1.8 million years ago, they had not only already reached Western Europe, but the shape of the face and other facial features had already started to evolve and change. This is super exciting, but there's still a lot to unpack here still. Primarily, which human species is this? Or is it a new species of human that we didn't previously know about? If you like Science for Sharing, then give us a follow everywhere at TIL Science.
So I recently made a video about
an encounter I had in the ER with a patient who didn't want to see me because of my skin color. And the most common question I had was, what happened afterwards? Well, what happened is he didn't want to see me, so they called my colleague, who was white, and my colleague came down and he wanted to know what was going on, and he saw that I was on the initial call form, so he asked me, hey, why aren't you seeing this patient? I told him why, and he said, well, then I'm not seeing him. F that. I was like, well, it's okay, you can. He was like, no, I'm not seeing someone who's trying to make a choice based on your skin color. He's like, dude, you're fully capable and you're a really good surgeon. I don't want to see him. So he told the patient face to face why he's not seeing him. Patient looked shocked. Then he was trying to change his mind last minute, and my colleague was like, no, I'm good, and he left. So the patient had to leave and go to another hospital.
There's a scientist that just came out saying that he knows that we're living in a simulation. So I'm going to tell you a story that I've never told anybody. And when I read this, I was like, it makes so much sense. I never told anybody this story because I was scared people were going to look at me like I'm fucking crazy. And I'm already fucking crazy. So I was like, they're just gonna, at the time I was like 28, I was like 18, 19. Okay, I was 18, 19. So I was like, for sure, I was like, my mom's gonna put me in the nut hut. So I didn't tell anybody. So now's the time because, I was sitting in my vehicle. This is my first vehicle, okay? It's a Chrysler Alero, I don't know. It was so cute. I'm sitting in my car and it's before I had to go into work, okay? Windows are rolled up. And I worked at a restaurant at the time. We won't say which one, but I'm waiting in the parking lot. And I noticed that I can hear a buzzing in my car. Like it's a bug buzzing. And I'm like, God, that sounds like a bee. Like, you can hear it. And I'm like, so I turn everything down. And I'm like, there's definitely a bee in here. So next thing you know, I see a bee and it flies and it goes on my dash. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this because I'm allergic to bees. I can't do bees. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to kill this bee. I get this piece of paper that I had on my passenger seat. Not sure what kind of paper. I rolled it up. He's sitting on my dash. I hit him. Okay, I see with my two eyes. And at that time, I'm young, 20/20 vision, okay? I see. I swat him. I hit him. He is dead, okay? I bring up my paper and I look and there's nothing there. Nothing. No evidence of a bee. So in my head, I'm looking at this paper and I'm looking at the dash and I'm like, am I losing it? I might be. But I told myself, Melinda, no, it went somewhere. Like your vision is not as good as you think. It went somewhere. And I said, all right, well, this is weird. So I just sat there because I'm like, I don't hear the buzzing anymore. It is what it is. I'm playing on my phone, okay? Just playing on my phone. I hear buzzing again. This is about 5 minutes later. And I'm like, the fuck is that noise? I'm like, oh my God, he's still alive. He comes. It was almost like deja vu. Have y'all ever had some deja vu? Same way. Comes up, lands on the dash. I grab the paper again. I smash. I know this time. I fucking know I made contact. I know it. And I kept the paper there and I'm like, I know, because I can hear the buzzing still, like he's dying. And I'm like, yes, this is it. This is it. I pull the paper up. There is nothing there. I look, I'm like, oh, what is going on? I remember that day thinking, what's going on? Am I living in is this a glitch in the Matrix? And that story I never told anybody until just now. And so when I see that, just now I'm reading top lines or whatever, when you scroll over on your iPhone and it's like top news. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it is a simulation, but I'm here for it. I mean, what do we do? If I can ride the wave,